What is going on, everyone? I'm Robert Mraz.
And I'm Fina Mraz.
And this is CV Hustle, the podcast dedicated to local entrepreneurship here in our Coachella Valley. And today we've got really special guests coming up, guys. Not only are they an owner and an operator of a business, but they also are starting a pretty cool event that we're going to talk about here shortly. So today's guest is Dave and Carrie Isen from Locale Concierge and Desert Rodeo. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. This is going to be fun.
Heck yeah.
So, I was telling Bobby, I know your mom. I love your mom. She's a wild one.
Yep.
And your dad's super calm. That's like me and him. So it works great. Opposites attract.
Very much.
But anyway, I know how you've been in the desert for how long now?
Oh gosh. I think 38 years. 'Cause
Really?
I'm 41 now. Yeah. So been here for a long time.
You're a native.
I'm a native. I'm
For
old
sure.
school. Yeah.
For sure.
What
for
high
sure.
school did you go to?
I went to Palm Desert.
Okay.
Aztec,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So hardcore, huh?
Yep. Yep.
All right, I'm a Raja. That's okay.
Yep.
I'll let that slide.
And I'm an Arab, and we
Clash.
but
Oh
that's
yeah.
okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Hardcore. Or just
Right.
fun.
that's right.
And then you are from, where did you grow up here locally? Or
I
how
was
did-
born in San Diego, and Dave
lucky.
and I met after college, in our 20s, and we moved here when I was 30. So I've lived here for 10 years.
So you guys met after college, and you were in San Diego too?
Yeah. After college, I went to San Diego
And then you decided to come back home?
yeah, figuring out life, and then worked at a company down here, and they asked. Yeah, it was kind of one of those things it's time to come back, corporate headquarters.
You know what? So many people come back from the desert. Bobby was in
Yep.
Santa Barbara,
Barbara.
and everybody ends up coming back because it's affordable, it's beautiful, all those good things.
Good
right?
place to raise your kids. You don't really necessarily want to raise your kids in an urban area sometimes. So
Yeah.
good
Mm.
place. That's why we all come back.
Yeah, it's comfortable. It's traffic is we complain about traffic, but when you're in LA
Oh,
or
yeah.
San Diego,
yeah.
that's traffic, right?
Yeah,
It's a
that's-
5-hour drive home
It's
versus
so
a
stupid.
15-minute. We're
Yeah.
upset about it. It's a great place to raise a family.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, do you like the summers here in the desert? I am why do we live here? But
No, I don't love them. I will say that, we're hitting a stride. Our kids are 6 years old and 8 years old. So we've been recently able to start traveling and take them places. And so obviously home base here, and then, drive 2 hours away to go to Big Bear or San Diego or
Yeah.
catch a cruise in Long Beach.
right, you always say that about.
The great thing about living here is you're an hour from everything.
Mhm.
You're an hour and a half from the beach, an hour from the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it all here in California. So
How fast are you driving?
I'm,
yeah.
I got a Tesla, so I drive.
It's
I drive
optimistic 1 hour.
Well, to the
No
mountains.
comment.
To the mountains, it's an hour. To the snow, it's an hour. But okay,
Yeah.
the beach, okay, we'll
All right,
we'll
fine.
a little bit of traffic, but you get the picture. You don't get that in any other place in the country that I'm aware of. That you're just so
Yeah,
close
you
to
can
everything.
play golf, snow, ski, and then you can go surf in one day. That's pretty incredible.
That's true.
It's
That's
awesome.
absolutely true. Okay, so I had called you because I turned the big 5-0. I know I don't look at. No, I'm just kidding. But I called you because you have these gorgeous estates, right? And can you tell me a little bit about that and how that even got started?
Yeah. So I would say, we've lived here for 10 years. We were blessed to have 2 kids. During that journey, I started staying at home and, being available to take care of the kids while Dave was working full time. And then when our second started getting a little bit older and we could get her into preschool, Dave felt like my mind needed some stimulation. And he had an acquaintance that asked if he knew anybody who could take care of properties. And we just did things out of hobbies, just like everybody. Loved doing things for our own home. And we had rented out our little casita before. And that went really well, and I enjoyed it. And so he was like, yeah, I do know somebody. and so that started the conversation. And That started in like late 2022. So now it is 2025. And, we've been growing for about like 2.5 years. And in that time, like now, we manage about 9 properties.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So how was the first one, and was it like, yeah, because it was just like big property, right? So like, you had to kind of learn to manage a big property, right? What does all that entail?
Yeah. So, I mean, I would just say like our first properties that I managed were like our personal properties. So like our personal home that we lived in, and like working with different people to like fix it and keep up our own house. And then we moved and we remodeled the existing house that we moved into, got more practice on what that looks like. And then we bought a second property in Big Bear for ourselves, a cabin, and I started renting that out. So then this client and this opportunity came after that. And so when Dave said, yeah, I know someone who could do it, he wasn't lying. I had definitely been doing it.
Sure.
And so, but one of the first properties I took on was a 5-acre property.
Oh my
with,
gosh.
Yeah, it's got a lake that's the size of a golf course lake.
Wow.
It's, thing is a monster. It's right next to the festivals,
Oh
and
my
awesome
gosh.
location. Holds like, obviously high-end clientele, and then just really people around the world that want to have a good time and get away and relax, and just kind of steamroll from there. So it's good.
Yeah, so there was definitely a learning curve on this like first really large property. Like even things that I had just never run into. And then you just kind of
Figure it
open your heart and your mind to it, and you figure it out. And but it was intense. I mean, like running first one property and then taking on even more of them that like run on wells. I had never done anything with wells.
Oh my gosh.
And like learning about that, like when they don't work.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. That's one thing that the common theme that we talk to a lot of entrepreneurs is like, when you're first starting, you always say yes to everything immediately, right? Because you want the business, and then we just figure it out as we go, right? And that sounds like something that you guys kind of did too. Is like, well, we better figure out how to fix this well, right?
Yeah, the first year is problem solving. To your point, you don't say no, you can't say no.
Can't say no, right?
You figure it out, and the better you are at problem solving and building relationships, you're just going to do better.
Yeah,
So.
definitely.
And now I think I have like 4 or 5 properties that run on wells, and so I'm like, in the course
Not
of 2
even
years,
a
I'm
thing.
like, I know a lot about wells.
Yeah.
You're like an expert now.
When you just said about like the 5-acre with the lake, I'm like, how do you clean a lake? Do you clean a lake? Like these are questions I think about.
I actually went through that journey too. So I had to research like what organic products like keep lakes balanced, like what type of trimming and maintenance is needed. Then I found out that like you have to have a special license to like apply these products that you can buy online.
Oh my gosh.
And then to learn that like you can't really do it yourself then.
So it's not like a pool guy.
No.
Yeah, you can't just call
This
the
is like
pool
a
guy and
living
come clean it.
organism thing because it has like fish and
Oh, it has
plants
fish.
and like there's native species birds that come in.
Oh wow.
And that property that we're speaking about now is like it's beautiful, right? So it's like if you harm that, it's the cornerstone of that property and house.
Yeah,
And
that's a bad.
That
That could
will
go
not-
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
It did turn blue one time. We're like, oh my gosh. So it's like reverse that. That was good.
Wow.
Then we figured it out.
And then you make the decision to hire a local professional. And they do a great job.
Nice.
Yeah.
So then you got that property, and it was pretty big. So how did it turn from you starting to manage this to actually getting clients? And then, were you the one doing the pricing, or like what?
Yeah, so that was like such a journey, like learning softwares that are out there and researching which ones are the best. And I think that, how do you get more clients is like just do a good job for your first client. And then our first client referred us another client. And then you learn about online marketing, like just all the things that you don't know. And then I remember I got like my third client that called, and I was like, "Do you mind me asking how you found my phone number?"
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, "I Googled it. I Googled concierge, property concierge, and you popped up." And I was like, "Yes,
It
my
worked.
Google,
The SEO
my
is
Finally,
working.
Google ad
yes.
worked."
Right?
I remember
SEO.
going, like the top 25 AdWords and like how much like the spin. We were all freaking out, but yeah, it worked out.
Were you guys doing that yourself? You didn't outsource that?
Yes,
You were doing
so
that
we
yourself?
Oh man,
started
we
my
did
gosh.
everything homegrown from the
Wow.
bottom. I don't know if I would recommend doing that again.
Yeah, SEO is tough, man.
It's
You
one of
gotta
the
stay on
hardest
top of
things.
that.
If you can find somebody that can help you out with a good website and good SEO, and it'll save you a lot of time and
Yeah,
headache.
I don't even want to go down that route. We pay professionals for that. It's like no way. I don't even want to like begin to learn.
Well,
that.
I think like with us, I was doing all my social media at first, and then I was just like, it becomes a chore at that point. You know what
It's
I
a
mean? It's
full-time
just,
job,
it
yeah.
totally can be for
Yep.
sure.
Yeah, it's
So,
a lot of work. Yeah.
Exactly. So, you have any questions? Because I'm gonna
So
ask a good one.
SEO's working. How did you kind of build the rest of the empire out? Like, is it just word of mouth? Is it referrals? Like, what would you say kind of built out the rest of what we have today?
I think we're in the vacation rental business, so there are some platforms that you use the right tools, and you can be out there in the world, and as long as you are, like getting by to cover expenses and all those things, and then you just kind of have to like build the business.
But you
from
want
there.
to I would imagine you want to kind of keep it exclusive also,
Yeah.
right? Because then that's kind of part of the draw.
Yeah.
I would think, you know,
Yeah.
because I was like, right now I was thinking, oh, why don't you just have like a big party for some of those people so then they know and then they can tell some of their friends. And so, I
Yeah.
don't know.
That has definitely been a balance of knowing what your current clientele is and what those repeat guests are, and keeping them happy, and then evolving properties to like attract more people. It's a balancing game for sure.
So are you the one fixing everything that's breaking on the...
I'm lifting things, I'm
That's
more
what I'm
the,
good at too. She
Yeah.
always makes me lift
Moving
things.
stuff.
I'm
Carrie's
good at
like-
moving stuff.
Yeah.
That's my.
This is my,
MO.
no, I'm the gopher, in
Yeah.
between everything that I do, which is not everything with her, but like, she'll have, VIP clients, large stays. And then with my background in business and like contractual and negotiation, I'll help her out with that side, but usually I'm more of lifting.
What's a
That's what I-
large stay?
Oh, there's some big ones. There's some really cool ones too. Yeah. We have like,
Like,
So just bigger parties?
yeah,
Oh,
it can
okay.
be a party. It can be an artist that's staying for a
gotcha.
festival.
headliner. Yeah. And then, parties, corporate events,
Do you have to get permits and stuff like that when you have like these big parties? Because that was my issue, wanting to have a party in Bermuda Dunes. Oh my God,
it's a nightmare.
Yeah, your mom's like the mayor and stuff. And
Oh,
so
no.
Don't let
I
Cheryl
love her.
Eisen listen to this.
I
right
love
now.
Cheryl. I get to tease her. Come on.
Oh hell yeah!
We
No, yeah.
we told Mom, we said, Mom, you gotta stop calling, because our business is about putting on these parties.
Yeah. Like
And
they're
it's
gonna
not good
blacklist
for
us.
business.
Yeah, and
I was working
call-
with Supervisor Perez, and he's like, Eisen.
Oh,
I know your
no.
mom. I was like,
Oh no.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
No, she's one of permits. You definitely have to have permits based on size. I think that's one of the biggest things out there is like they need to. I think everybody needs to streamline it, make it a little bit easier. Because going back to it too, the valley is blowing up. We all grew up here. We're local.
Yeah.
This is the whole point, right? You have 85,000 to 100,000 people coming in for festival season, right? Per day. And that's not all the other people that are coming in town. There's only 19,000 hotel rooms in the valley.
Oh.
Wow.
Obviously, that cannot
That's
handle.
not sustainable, right?
It's not sustainable. So
Right.
people like Locale Concierge and Carrie are the cornerstone of all of the people coming in and staying in the valley. So that being said, we need to really make sure that we can streamline, grow, and keep up. Because right now we can't keep up, and
Wow.
it's almost cost prohibitive too. Because if you're like a $3,800 permit, that's really, really, really
Yeah,
costly.
that has to get
Yeah.
figured into the whole
Cost of
thing.
doing
Yeah.
business,
Yeah, there's a return on investment, right? So you have to make sure that it justifies, and then we want to make sure that we are building up the valley in Coachella, and to do that, making things easy, streamlined, and there's not a lot of bad players. The ones that are bad are being taken care of, and you can ask, I was at City of Indio, City of La Quinta, and they have a good program down. They really do.
Well, so we have an Airbnb, and it was going really good, and then I lost my superhost status, and so like we just kind of lost a whole bunch of just bookings because it's one lady. Anyway, that's
Isn't that
another
crazy
story.
how it has
Yeah,
like
I'm
one
like,
person?
what?
One
bad?
person
Yeah,
screwed
she
it up
just,
for everybody.
I could kill her, but anyway.
Carrie can help you with that. We can figure out the listing and reorganize. Carrie's a pro at that. So.
Nice. So my question is, stupid question, but do you have to shut down the music at 10 p.m.? Because
Indio.
India.
Indio, you do.
Oh no,
See?
so actually in a lot of areas, but
Some you don't. But
we don't.
yeah.
it's so like Indio's really cool too. Like for example, like as long as it's kind of the reasonable test. It's like outside, you have to be, let's say, 50 feet away. Can you hear it audibly? So it's a lot of the reasonableness to it. So I think everybody's here to have a good time. I think if you abuse it a little bit, but yeah, you can't really let technically music leave. But it's one of those things you just got to be careful and
Absolutely.
yeah.
So
It goes
Was
back
that
to
what
like,
happened
what?
with the guest? Was that they were
No,
playing music?
I had to cancel her because it was just and it was Thanksgiving weekend, and it was, I don't know what happened. Something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought this other lady had booked, and anyway, and we had even like given her money back and did all these things
Just
to
one
like
bad
make
review.
up for it.
One
Yeah.
bad review.
So yeah,
Aw.
but it was not fun.
Yeah, I would say, in this business, every guest, which is all the time, like every week, it's almost like starting a brand new business every single week. Like I treat every single check-in, every single guest, like it's a big deal.
Mm.
Yeah, and
it's a
Dave,
lot of work.
is always like, how much money are you making on this?
Well, I see her going out of the house and she's got like a bouquet of flowers. I'm like, how much was this booking?
Yeah.
And she's like, $1,200. I'm like, I don't know what, like the gas, flowers. But you know what though? Like that's why Carrie is really successful, is because, and she has a lot of
because
repeat
this
business,
is their
because
vacation.
it's
This is-
boutique.
True.
You will meet Carrie and she'll tell you everything about it. And if you know anything about Carrie or our company, like, she'll answer at 2:30 in the morning within 10 seconds and she'll be
Wow.
fine. Like,
Wow.
and that's why we're doing really well. That's why it's because of her dedication. It's pretty cool.
I've had guests though that are so nitpicky, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just like seriously want to take a white glove and there's dust on the windowsills, or
Mhm.
yeah, we live in the desert and it gets windy down here and gross. So I mean, how do you deal with those type of clients that just don't want to hear no?
I've been really lucky. I think that like a couple things, anytime that, it's windy, we just drove in,
Oh, yeah.
from having brunch in San Diego, and it is windy on the freeway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when I know it's going to happen and I know a guest is going to arrive and we did everything that we could before, or a wind is coming the very next day, I just say, hey, there's going to be a light dusting of sand. I just try to set the expectation.
Yeah.
And I always, I just try to be honest about stuff
Yeah.
ahead of time.
But you guys are dealing with really high end places, correct?
Yeah.
Like your concierge for high end clientele, right?
Yeah.
And you say you guys you're still growing in this environment, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's a testament to your service, But I think Airbnbs as a whole on the nationwide, at least it's kind of starting to go down a little bit. That's kind of the numbers and data we're seeing. So it seems like the high end is the place to be for business, right?
It's a challenging market for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
Regulation and then economy, right? But again, this valley has such a draw of people, so it's really cool. The valley needs it, or else you can't accommodate the volume of people that want to come and enjoy Indio and Palm Desert and Thermal and Palm Springs. Like,
Oh,
you just
yeah.
can't do that.
Well, I love the month of April because
Yeah.
it always books, right? You have the 2 first weekends of Coachella, and then you have Stagecoach.
Mhm.
So we always book because we're less than 2 miles away from the venue.
Nice.
Yeah.
So and we have a 5-bedroom with the pool, 3.5
Nice.
baths, so we can fit like 12 people or something. So like pretty much that whole month almost pays for the whole year of our mortgage.
Yeah.
So it's
Yep.
like, yes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. Kind of nice.
You want to?
Speaking of festivals and events,
Right.
I know you guys already have your main hustle, but I hear that there's a rodeo starting here in the Coachella Valley, and I want you guys to kind of touch on that and let people know what's going on and what's coming down the pipe.
Yeah, so I mean, the desert just has stuff going on all the time, and throughout season, and there's not that many gaps. But Dave and I and some of our business partners and friends identified what we felt like was a gap. We love country music. Our friends love country music. We went to Stagecoach, but we went to Stagecoach at 6 p.m.
At night,
it's
right?
too hot?
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
To see
well,
the
it's,
headliners.
the lineup's not as it is what it is, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It gets really good at night, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, so and we were like, what should we do during the day? Coachella has all of these parties. It's well known for having daytime parties.
Absolutely.
and the
after
properties
hour.
that Carrie's we've done these parties, right? So
Right.
it's like, how can we help satisfy that hole? And so what we've done is we've done the Desert Rodeo during Stagecoach weekend, which is really, really cool. So yeah, it's a sanctioned PRCA rodeo, 8 events, the whole thing,
What does that mean? Because I'm not a cowgirl, even though I want to be. Yeehaw.
anybody can be a cowboy.
Yeehaw. So, but so then, what? Tell me more about it. Like, what is all entailed? Obviously, I know there's some bulls and
Yeah.
how do you get the rodeo guys from? Like, how do you find these guys? I guess. How does that all work
So
out?
yeah, so we're using Reno Rosser in the Flying U rodeo, which is like, he's famous in the world of rodeo, and his dad Cotton Rosser was in it for a really long time, and they have like statues of him, and so he does everything. So we work with Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association,
Oh,
PRCA. And then, so that means we're sanctioned. So all of the contestants, the cowboys and the cowgirls that come in and compete in the events, like barrel racing, bull, all that kind of stuff, breakaway, bull wrestling, all those points will go to the NFR, which is National Finals Rodeo, which is like the Super Bowl
Right.
for rodeo.
Professionals. These
Oh.
are
Profession-
professionals.
these are
These are
the-
the top of the top.
These are the best of the best.
Mhm.
They are, and the cool part is because they have another rodeo in Southern California at nighttime, they're coming in and
Oh, wow.
they're going to be at the Desert Rodeo on the 25th of April, 26th of April, and 27th of April. And then they're going to be driving, because the rodeo starts at 1 o'clock to 3:30. They're going to immediately go down and do a rodeo at night. So we're drawing in the best of the best in Southern California, which is really, really cool.
wow.
We have people coming in already confirmed that from Oklahoma,
Wow.
and Colorado, and Texas. and
Sweet.
these guys and girls are amazing. I can't believe, just amazing how talented they are and strong they are, and really hardworking. Really cool.
I mean, those guys are athletes. I mean, even
Yeah.
Oh
though
my gosh.
like I'm a California kid. I don't get it sometimes. Like, I wouldn't want to jump on the back of a bull, but I mean, I see the guys on there, and they're athletic, and
Yep.
they're getting thrown around by this 2-ton animal. I mean, it's
It's dangerous.
pretty great spectacle, and it's the danger is what draws
Yep.
people, right? Because
like a
it's almost
boxing
almost
match.
looking at a car
Yep.
crash. You're almost like waiting for the guy to fly off, and
Yeah.
very entertaining, right?
But they do it, yeah. But they do it because they love it. They love entertaining the crowd.
Yeah.
But they also do it because they're athletes, and this is a competition.
Yeah.
And they're earning points, or that they want to win the competition for the the prize money, but also for the points.
Absolutely.
To accumulate their prize money and their points toward the finals.
That's awesome.
So I know nothing about this world, right? So I really am going to ask some stupid questions, but I don't care. So what I immediately thought of is, they're getting thrown around. So is there a chiropractor on site?
I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a medic on.
So-
Yes,
right?
there definitely will.
Definitely.
Do
right?
they have their own team of medic
I'm
people?
sure
Oh
they
yeah.
do, right? I mean,
So
it's professionals.
the cool part is because we're sanctioned, right? So we have guidelines. We're on the committee, so like we vote. You know, we work with NFR and PRCA. But that being said, we have to make sure that yes, like the horses and all the livestock have an on-site emergency vet that can handle the. There's no downtime even for an injured calf or horse. I mean, these guys, this is their it's like their pets, their livelihood. They're not, you know, they're being extremely, you know, respectful, and they don't want anybody to get hurt, right? So we have an on-site emergency vet, and then we have 2 on-site ambulances and first responders. So yeah.
So where are they holding the bulls and the horses and whatever else? Like, because I guess like down here there is like an equestrian world, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I know some of the people,
Polo
and then
grounds, right?
and then there's some like up 74 too, right? So like where are the bulls being held?
Don't they travel with the athletes?
So
though?
all the
Right?
competitors, those are like their animals. So like if you have
So they're responsible.
if you have a cowgirl who's a barrel racer, that is her horse. Like they
That's
have a
hers.
bond. She has, you know, and that's how they succeed, because they work together and they get the fastest time. So those cowboys and cowgirls travel with their own animals, and then our stock producer has like the bulls that they draw like a lottery, the bull riders.
Oh my
And
god!
they-
And the broncs that are bred to buck.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they bring them down.
And they draw them, and then they go, "Oh darn, I got that
I
one."
got Widowmaker. Shit.
It'll be a long day.
I got gorilla.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like a Bubba.
Kill a gorilla.
And then they get down there, right? And it's like that event, like bareback or whatever, and it's paired with the competitor and with that one horse, and then they go after it.
Oh my God. Okay, so what the hell is a barrel run? Like I really
It's
don't
the coolest
know.
thing. So barrel racing is really
Barrel
cool. So they
racing.
have like, okay, this is a barrel, right? There'll be 3, and the
It's a
cowgirl.
female sport.
It's a female.
Yeah, I understand the
Cowgirls will literally like it's really cool watching them. Each one has their own like style to set up, and their horse will go, and they're kind of like getting pumped up. And the moment they cross the line, that's when the
Time
timer
starts.
goes. Right. And they're jamming as fast as possible. And they do like a clover, there's 3 of them, and they're trying to get back as fast as possible.
They go around the 3,
It's-
and then they go out, and it's so
my
it's usually
favorite
like
one.
14 seconds.
Dang.
It's fast. It's
Y'all
extremely
don't
fast.
blink.
It's wild. Yeah, you're like, you can eat some popcorn and like
Yeah.
take a sip, and
Yeah.
it's like over. That's
Oh
how
my
fast it is.
I know. I've had to go to the restroom before, like during the time that event was happening, and when I came back, it was over, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
And how many cowgirl barrel races are there? Like, are there 10? Is there 20? Is there 30? Like, how many?
There's as many as enter into the competition.
Yeah.
Oh, so you never really know.
So there's only
Okay.
like, okay, so we're gonna take the top, like say there's 500 rankings. You can get like number 1, you can get number 50, you can get 200 and 300, and like so like they'll all go, and then some of the ones that aren't yet ranked, that's called slack, and then they'll go on Thursday or they'll go Sunday morning. So like when you guys come to the Desert Rodeo, our rodeo starts at 1 to 3:30, but you're gonna have slack before for all the people.
Just coming in, something to kind
They-
of watch while they're warming
Exactly.
up.
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like that.
exactly. And then,
Yeah.
but those are the contestants that are trying to get
Into the
ranked
finals,
and
right?
trying to get into the finals, and they're going to compete
Ah.
as hard, if not harder, because they want to be in the top 100, top 25. So they're going to be. We have to have
And-
slack. So there's going to be nonstop rodeo for days.
Action.
Oh my
Yeah,
3 day,
nonstop.
3 days of action.
Nonstop.
Yeah, I noticed you said your events 1:30 to 3:30.
Yep.
Right in between when Stagecoach is going on, right? So you
Yeah.
said that's pretty strategic timing, right? It's basically the pre-party
Yeah.
for Stagecoaches. That's how we're trying to frame this, right?
Yeah.
Is that
You
seems
can
like
definitely look at it like, I mean,
that
the
seems, but
idea
that
is-
seems like your ideal time,
Yes.
right? Because you said what we go at 6, right? So
Yeah.
what are we
So
gonna
wake
do
up,
before
get there at
6?
11, right? Because we have some amazing sponsors, and we're very thankful for that. So we open up 11, but then you can like eat and drink and shop and do the whole thing. Hour and a half, DJs going, party
Oh.
music's pumping. We have Resistol, which is like and Stetson. They made the cowboy hat, like they are the actual first cowboy hats ever made.
Wow.
They're going to be there, custom branding hats. Tito's Vodka. Who else? Yeti, Bud Light.
So many.
You got-
Tito's,
you got
yeah,
some
really
big,
cool.
You got some big hitters.
Yeah.
Big hitters
Yeah.
on the sponsorship.
And
we
so,
do.
and some of this was born out of,
Necessity.
like if we said, yes,
Yeah.
so necessity. So meaning, you know, some of it really originated when we were like, you know, the desert's like so great to raise family. And
Oh, yeah.
It's a small town. And then these festivals come in, and these festivals bring in people from like really big cities. And then what does it look like when these people like came and didn't bring a certain outfit or something happened?
Mm.
Or
Like they
something
lost
to
their
do, like,
luggage.
It's open to the public, right? Like everybody can go now. Before everything was private,
Right.
and now like we're allowed to, anybody can come, which is cool.
That's great.
So, but yeah, again, I was saying that it's really like there's not a lot of shopping here for
That's true.
people who come from like big cities, and so so something that's really cool with Desert Rodeo is we're bringing in all these cool brands that all these festival goers, you know, want to
Can
shop
go
at.
shop and look
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, because
And
what does it
locals.
look like when
Yeah.
they don't when they need something? Like where do they go?
Coles.
Yeah.
We got a boot bar
Cool,
now,
right?
which is also a sponsor, by the way.
Yes.
Oh,
But this is
cool.
the
Yeah.
first year that Boot Barn is open.
Yeah.
Oh my
Ah.
gosh.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be on site
Yeah.
Mhm.
with the like
Yeah.
almost like a pop-up store.
That's
right?
exactly. It's an outdoor
wow.
festival
Okay.
mall,
That's
but
awesome.
Western and party and drinking. And
Wow.
All that good stuff. So it's like the
Heck
tailgate.
So it's like a one-stop shop before
Yeah.
you go to the festival.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and then we've got some really great local vendors too, just to support the local community.
For sure, you got to
Yeah.
do that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We've been going to like Friday nights down in India and like pigging out
The
on
food
some.
trucks. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, they're doing
so
it big, man.
you're gonna have like some food vendors from here, or what do you mean, like local people, like who are some?
Yeah, so I think like one of our major caterers will be providing you know, all of the barbecue and like a wide range of things. TKB Sandwiches is a good family friend
Oh,
of ours, so
yeah.
they will be there.
Nate.
That's
Yes,
awesome. That's a
yes.
big deal.
Yeah, yep. And then we're confirming the rest of like the local vendors.
Cool.
Yeah.
So do you need more sponsors, or and you know, like, are you still looking for sponsors? And
well, we're also like we're really looking. So we're continuing to look for sponsors, but right now we're really focused on local businesses. We have all these big, you know, we have Bud Light, Coca-Cola, Tito's, Boot Barn, Wrangler. But we want to also make sure that there's signage for all like local businesses,
Yep.
HVAC companies, like
Mhm.
HR, payroll,
Ah, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tile.
tile
I
stores.
see. I see.
That would be beautiful. No, but
Right.
to that point, we don't want to forget that rodeos are really it's about the community, and that's a cool part. You have everybody come out. You're gonna have people coming in for the festivals and all that kind of stuff, but the cool part in the arena is the action shots are when you actually see the rodeo or the buck going or whatever. It's all the arena signs, all the marketing, which is really cool.
Mhm.
So we have a certain volume left, and we're working with Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
and they've been wonderful. So what we're gonna try to do, and just I sold like 3 last week. We're gonna do a 4-foot by 10-foot, which is actually a little bit bigger than typical, but it's a great way for your businesses that are local to get their name out and use that for social media and branding and marketing and coming in taking a selfie with it. But you're gonna have your company logo or business on that, and then it's a 3-day event over 2.5, 3 hours a day. You're gonna have a lot of action shots with that.
Oh
you know.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Were you gonna say
Well,
something?
it's all about marketing, right? I mean, get in front of people's eyes, and that's a perfect place if you're going to have
Brand
the turnout that
recognition.
we think you're going to have. It's going to be massive amounts of eyeballs on your
Totally.
company, so it's
Yep.
a great value. What is the next like for somebody like me that doesn't really know about rodeos? What is the stage of events that people can kind of look forward to seeing? You talked about the barrel the barrel run? What other events are we looking at?
You want to go through events?
I mean,
So,
for somebody like me, I don't. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
don't know. Like,
is it the bull riding? Is it?
yeah, you got bull. You got basically the horses without saddles, and that's one.
what do you
got-
mean horses without saddles?
So
Like
basically
somebody's
the
riding-
bareback
That's the
riding?
bareback.
Bareback,
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
exactly. So
okay.
it's bareback, and then you got breakaway, which they're trying to see how fast they can get the calf. Which
Oh.
this is all coming back from basically ranchers trying to. This is what rodeo came from, the Wild West. So
Team roping.
team roping is really cool.
So you're
Steer
roping your team?
wrestling.
So there's two cowboys,
Yeah.
and there's a calf, and the two cowboys, like, they've got to rope and catch the calf. Like, it's like if
okay.
you were out
So you-
on your ranch and you got to get your
Yep.
stock back home.
Wow.
Exactly. And then instead of like tranquilizing or whatever, you're in the middle of nowhere. That's the way you're going to get it. So then they try to get that calf before it hurts itself or further hurts itself. That's where this all stemmed from. But yeah, you get the horns and you get the leg and you hold it. That's how fast it is, and you let it go, right? And then barrel racing, and it's all the major 8.
All the major
Event,
8.
yeah.
So all those things that they're doing at the professional, the one that they just had
NFR.
was it PBR or something like that came through AccuSure?
No, PBR is so different. All PBR is straight up bull riding.
Oh, okay.
So how we have bull riding, that's all they're doing, that's great. But we actually have all the other side.
Much more diverse
more.
of
And it's
events.
fast. Like the
Yeah.
cool thing with the rodeo, and I just went to the PBR and they did a good job. With the rodeo, there's zero downtime, especially if you have so many contestants.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
You're talking hundreds of people a day. And you have to put it in
Go, go,
2.5
go.
hours.
Wow.
You have nonstop action the whole time. It's like NFL, right? It's like play,
Yeah.
versus like I would say baseball, where you have to wait for the pitch and blah blah blah. So it's a fast-paced, action-packed,
Thing.
party.
So what I immediately thought of too, because I just think of random stuff, is AccuSure has like designated seats. They don't have to worry about that, right? And so if you're expecting a lot of people, like, how are you setting up all that seating and things like that?
Yeah, so there's actually different levels. So like, you guys asked some really good questions about like rodeo, like what is rodeo? So like, let's just say somebody is not interested in going to the rodeo. We have midway passes. And a midway pass is just accessing like the festival grounds, like have something fun to do
Party.
during the day. Get
hear
to
the
see,
music.
Shopping.
yeah, get to see, do all the
shopping.
shopping,
Oh, yeah.
like see all the brands, like eat some good food, and just like hang out and have a
It's
good
like
time,
30
and like
bucks, right?
wear your Western wear, and like it's a daytime party. So that's like midway. The second level is general admission, and so that is admission to the grounds and to the rodeo show, and those are like unassigned seats. And then after general admission, we have the Saddle Plus. So Saddle Plus is seats that have special seats,
Oh.
and so it's just comfort, and they are the front view.
So it's like the
seats.
VIP
I
section.
That's VIP.
I want the saddle.
It's
Yeah.
VIP.
She wants the saddle
With
section.
It's
access
right in the
to
front.
Air-conditioned restrooms.
Oh,
Private
shoot.
bar, the
Oh,
whole thing. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
VIP right there.
So no porta potties for that.
Not for
Not
the
that.
Saddle Plus.
General admission, midway,
Yeah.
Porta Johns,
Oh my gosh.
that
You know-
whole thing.
But you know what? We just were going through the budget. We're spending a lot of money on cleaning those. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
We
they're
just
going to
did
be
that.
clean.
Yeah.
Right? They
With that
better-
much money, they better be.
Yeah.
The guys can't use porta potties.
And then the
Yeah,
last
guys, shoot in the hole. Don't,
Yeah.
don't pee all over the place.
Yeah.
The last available level is the premium rodeo boxes. So the
I
premium
saw
rodeo
that.
boxes, there's only currently
Oh.
13 spots.
So
And
get it
it's-
fast, people.
Yeah,
Right.
Yep.
yeah, and those are, a square space. They're fully shaded. They have soft seating. It's food provided for up to 12 guests.
Like I could have ribs all day. I'm down.
It's like being at a you have your own cabana.
Oh.
At a rodeo,
Like your
which
own
is
box.
so cool.
like
your
at
own
the-
box.
Your own box at the.
That's
the,
exactly
at the
right.
hockey
Yep.
game. It's
Yep.
just
Yep.
having.
And
wow.
then you get access to the exclusive Ranchers Reserve. So the Ranchers Reserve is a large tented area with private bars, very specific brands and experiences in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do I get to pet the bulls?
I don't think I'd recommend that.
Maybe a calf. Like we
Yeah.
can, like if it's a bull, that's a calf.
We're
like-
gonna start slow. You
Yeah.
get a cow.
I will say that, through the experience, like even right when you arrive, you were gonna see all of the stock.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And so, you know, you may not be advised to like stick your hand or arm through.
Yeah, our
but
cowboys
you're
will
gonna
come over
see
and take care of
them.
it.
Yeah, and like for kids, they love that. They love seeing
Oh yeah.
the-
So it's a big family event. Everybody
It's-
can come, right?
It's
just-
everything. Yeah, it's party, it's family, it's the whole thing, you know.
and it's at the Desert International Horse Park, which is in Thermal, and it just has these gorgeous south-facing Santa Rosa mountain views, and so it's like a really great representation of the desert
Okay, so I
for
don't.
all of the people that are coming.
Oh yeah. So I don't know where that is. So what are the streets?
Airport and Harrison.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you're by Thermal Racetrack. You're by the airport. You're by all those.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's cool. It's not too far out.
Yeah.
No, it's right there, and it's on 150 acre.
Oh
Not
my
our the
gosh.
rodeo site, but we have a section of that. Right?
Yeah.
And they've been wonderful. Desert International Horse Park's really cool and well established. That's where they do like the hunters and the jumpers and dressage and all that kind of stuff. So we're using a section of it.
And I do think that a lot of the local community doesn't know that the Desert International Horse Park is there. But other than our rodeo that is happening there, you know, that facility is open 5 months a year, and it's beautiful, and it's a great place to go as an adult. You can go and enjoy the facilities. You know, they've got really great VIP services.
Yeah.
Like as an adult, to go drink, watch some like really great equestrian sports, and then it's really great for kids. I brought my kids all the time because kids just love seeing animals, and you know, horse lovers are dog lovers, and so there's just dogs everywhere.
Oh yeah. Are they playing cricket?
No.
No.
Maybe, I don't know.
Girl, that's not that kind of
No.
crowd.
Yeah.
That-
no.
So
And
that
kind of.
facility, you know, for 5 months out of the year is doing hunters and jumpers, which is basically like jumping, and then they do dressage, which dressage is like the art of like horse riding, and so these horses are trained to do very specific like movements, like almost like a ballet dancer.
Oh yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's really cool.
Wow.
I was reading I was doing some research on the event before this, and I was reading that some of the proceeds of ticket
yeah.
sales are going to be going to LA Fire Department. Is that
Yeah.
is that correct?
Yes, the LA county.
County Fire.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you guys want to kind of touch on why you felt the need to kind of go ahead and give something to charity on top of what you're already doing?
Yeah. So obviously with everything going on, and like we were really kicking this off and doing the planning, and being in the equestrians, like we had a lot of horses. Our own client has horses in the LA area that had to evacuate during the fires. And that was like, it was really sad. It was scary. A lot of people lost a lot of stuff and homes, and watching how hard these first responders were working,
Oh,
not just,
yeah.
I mean, fire most definitely. But I mean, you see like everybody was working together for the most part, and it was really cool. It was really moving. So we're doing like, we are giving a portion of the proceeds to Los Angeles County Fire Department. And then we're also doing like first responders discount for tickets.
Oh yeah, and
Which is-
military as well, right? I
And
saw
military.
that.
So yeah, anybody that's active, retired, first responder, anything like that, we're gonna do. I think it's like 15% off right now tickets.
Right.
And you can't say enough good things about those human beings that put it out online every day, just like the cowboys and cowgirls are gonna be out there. So we're doing that, and then we're also working with Golden Circles of Champions, which is Tina, our good friend and mentor, and she's probably the coolest lady I've ever met. She's done a really cool thing where she's working with local families that are sadly impacted by childhood cancer. And what we want to do is we're working with Montana Silversmith that's doing all the buckles for our contestants, but all the kids that we choose in the Coachella Valley also get a buckle.
Cool.
It's, silver and gold, the whole thing. And then we also send them to NFR in Vegas, paid, so they can hang out with cowboys and cowgirls. I know they're going through it's a rough time, right? So we need to find 2 to 3 families out here that want to be a part of it. We will sponsor and send them to Vegas.
So NFR is
National Finals Rodeo, which is
As I say,
is-
Nevada.
yeah, it is in Nevada. It's in it's at UNLV Stadium,
Oh yeah.
and that's where they do it for a very long time. That's basically the Super Bowl, if you will. of
Yeah.
rodeo,
Okay, that's
so,
the Super Bowl you've been
yeah,
talking
in December, and then they have Cowboy Christmas, which is really cool.
Wow.
It's massive. So
That's
you can,
amazing.
yeah.
So I know I kind of skipped this question, but like, how long have you guys been working on this? Because it seems like, my God, you've got a lot of things
lot of
done.
balls
You
in
know,
the air,
so how
man.
did?
Lot.
How long have you been working on this project?
We've been working on specifically the rodeo vision for about a year, but in
Wow.
addition to like a year, it took us a year also to kind of like learn more about the event space, and what it would be to put on a large scale event.
It's 2 years.
2 years in the making.
2
huh?
years for
planning and idea from what
2
from
years.
idea to
Yep.
inception. 2 years.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And
That's
then
actually
we
not
learned along
bad.
the way, like to bring in, bring in support.
Yeah.
Like when you decide to do something really big, you find people that can help you.
Yeah, that's important for sure. So you, like you said, you have Tina, who's a big mentor.
Yeah, Tina.
She was one of the first people.
She's one of the first, and literally, like, you can call her day or night, and she calls me just once a week, twice a week. How you doing?
Check in.
How's everything going?
Yeah.
You sound good, or you sound stressed. I'm good, and then she'll get the information out of you and give you incredible feedback. And to Carrie's point, there's no reason to not take that feedback and move faster. And there's no way it would be out here without having Reno Rosser, who is Flying U Rodeo. He's incredible. And then Tina, the two of those people are the best human beings
Yeah, got a great team.
love them. Yeah.
So like I know like when Coachella comes to town and stuff, they do like a big hiring thing. Are you guys doing that, or do you have volunteers coming in, or how does? Because you're gonna need a lot of people,
A lot of
right?
people.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, there's a lot of like vendors that are being used that support this event. And then we will definitely like use volunteers and like help high school students, college students, like any organizations that like they want hours. We can help fill those hours.
ASB.
Yeah.
Any ASB, please give Carrie a call. Please.
Yeah.
Well, for $400, you can post a flyer that goes to like with Desert Sands that can
All
go out to all the
schools.
schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be kind of cool. But I mean, you've got to hire security probably, right?
yes.
And then
Yes.
you have probably general admission. So like some people are going through there, I'm
Ticketing.
assuming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be.
So to your point, this one day we're probably employing over 1,000 people per day.
Yeah.
Ancillary, the
At
whole
least.
thing. I mean, it's a lot of moving parts
Oh, yeah.
to it. So
And then any crew that we bring in, we're also providing housing, and so there's
wow.
there's all of that revenue that's coming in to support hotels and rentals and stuff.
How many people are you expecting? And how many does the venue like seat? You know?
So right now we're projecting for 8,000 people a day.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
a big event.
Yeah.
It's
That's
big.
that's a big event.
Well, we're gonna go see it. We gotta check it out. I gotta see Bobby and Chaps.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I have some ram chaps actually, and we can take like a photo. And we can do a
Wow.
thing, yeah.
What are ram chaps?
Selling me
Like
out
truck,
over
like a
here.
ram, like ram trucks or Ford.
Oh,
They're
okay.
actually
There
like
you
black and.
You would look
ram.
so cute.
Selling me out over here.
Yeah. Come on. Maybe
Well, I
I can
don't
get you on a bull.
I don't know about the chaps, but no, but I'm definitely sold. I think I'm going to my first rodeo this kind of couple weeks here. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, you guys seem like you're putting on a great event.
Oh my god. That's
where can
awesome.
anybody listening or watching this? Where can they find tickets? How can they find out more about this event? I mean, where do they go to kind of contact you guys?
Yeah, I mean our website is very easy. It's www.desertrodeo.com. You can follow us on social at the Desert Rodeo. We try to put some good content out, and then we're gonna be running some really fun promos. we're really grateful to Desert Wraps. They are wrapping 2 of our vehicles. And
They did my car. I did the camouflage thing. Yeah.
Cody is awesome. He's a good dude.
And we are doing some really fun promos with our cars driving around town.
Oh, sweet. That's great.
Yeah,
That's smart.
We've wrapped our own personal vehicles, so it's like we're going pretty hard with this thing.
Hard.
Yeah.
You got to
there's
get
no
a
going back.
sun bus.
Oh yeah,
Right?
if sun bus, yeah, like that would be sick.
And then a big horse on there. Or not horse, bull. I want a bull.
Bull.
Oh, can we do running with the bulls?
Is that the next event? That's next year.
We'll figure out something.
Do some Spanish running with the bulls.
Yeah.
That'll be the
Talk
next.
about a
that'll be part
adrenaline
2,
rush. Oh my
right?
god! Better drink some Red Bull before you start doing that.
Yeah, or tequila.
To
You
ease
won't,
the- ease
you
the
won't
pain.
feel a thing.
No,
Ease
you
the
just
pain.
keep going. Yeah.
But yeah, we're really excited. I think in our community, we know that there's people that are so excited. We were in Dave's wrapped truck on Highway 111 the other day, and somebody was like, we rolled down the window, and he was like, "I got my tickets." He was like, "What events are gonna be there?" He was so excited.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he's kind of like a a veteran like rodeo attendee. But we think that there's going to be so many people that think that this event is really cool, and they're
good for
going to
families.
come and they're going to do something that they've never done before.
Well, and I was thinking like you've got people at the Stagecoach that are like camping,
Mhm.
right? And then if they want to get out and kind of do something else, and I'm sure a lot of that would be kind of a nice crossover, and it's not
Yeah.
that far away,
Yeah.
so it kind of makes sense, right, to do that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I am too.
I'm not a rodeo person. I'm not a rodeo guy. California dude. Never thought to ever
He's a
go to a
football.
rodeo.
He's a football.
Yeah,
Same here.
I'm a football. We're a
Yeah.
football family, but you guys have put together an event that I don't think we can miss. So I think I'll be buying my tickets because I think it's gonna be fun. Take the kids, take the
Yeah.
grandkids out there, and just let them kind of experience something new. That seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I thought of another question. So, how many bulls are going to be there? And like, and I mean, what is the longest person to ride the bull? I don't know.
So typically, okay, you want to hold on for 8 seconds. That's what you have to do.
Oh.
And that's not easy. 8 seconds goes really quick, but not on a bull, right? So, that's what they want to do. And the way that the arena is set up, so when you come in, you're gonna see all the livestock while you're walking in, which is really cool. And we call it the retail ranch, which is like where you get the ticketing and you go in. The bars are there, the shopping's there, the food's there. But you'll see like professional bulls and all the horses and the broncs is basically they're bred for this.
Oh my
They're
God.
not injured. There's no, the misconception there. These things love it. They know where, they even know, so they come out of the chutes, right? Like that's where you start. The chute is where you leave. The arena is where they go. And then the catching pen, they know exactly where it is all the time. It's like
Who does?
the animals, the livestock.
Oh,
They actually
okay.
know where to go.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
been doing it. They're professionals too.
They're bred.
No, so then
They're
it's like a
professionals
certain
too.
setup, like that everybody just kind of does. There's a standard setup then.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, we've already changed it probably more than our stock contractor said, don't touch my fucking rodeo.
That's right.
Stop fucking with my rodeo.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Don't mess
But
with my,
to the
my
po-
stuff.
yeah,
man.
yeah. So they're all typically the same thing. But it's always the chutes, it's always the catch pins and the arenas in the middle.
I would guess there's going to be at least 30 bulls, at least.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
really?
There's a lot.
Wow,
And
There's a
like,
lot of livestock.
how big are they?
they're big.
You've got like
They're
a
huge.
Bulls are like a couple tons.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
you have to
They're
have some that are
huge
bigger than
animals.
others and some that are
Yeah.
like right.
Yeah,
These are the best of the best.
So
yeah.
then you
they're massive
You
animals.
do your drawing,
Yeah.
and then you find out who you get.
Yes, don't get Widowmaker and you're fine.
When is the drawing there? I want to see their face
You gotta
reaction.
live stream the drawing.
That's
Oh,
yeah.
That is another good
Live
point.
str-
We
live
live stream it. We for our first year event, not only do we have some amazing sponsors, but we got selected to be on the Cowboy channel too, which is
Wow.
really cool because you can we're broadcasting.
Oh,
Dude, that's
is that on
incredible.
YouTube? Is that YouTube?
It'll be
It'll be
yeah,
live
it's like
stream.
it'll be a live stream. So
yeah.
like everybody that's in the stadium, the stands, like you're gonna be
Live
It'll
streams.
it's like going to an NFL game. It's
Oh,
real.
legit, man.
It's not just a.
It's legit, man.
It's a legit
You guys
sanctioned rodeo.
are doing it big time, man. I'm excited. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
well,
Yeah.
you know, we didn't do it alone.
No, our
Like,
partners
we have,
are so
we have,
good.
you know, our group. We have several of us, and everyone has
7 of
been
us, yeah.
working very, very hard.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Yep. Our one partner, Cassie, she's in LA, and Brett's in LA, and the other two, Carlton, Tracy, they're here half the year, and then Alan is down here as well, and he has a ice cream shop, Nitro Infusions in La Quinta. So there's a lot of local businesses. They're all coming together and putting this thing together. So
That's
it's really
awesome,
cool.
man. That's awesome.
I'm assuming, and I would not assuming. Well, you're gonna probably have the news people there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
I mean, do they know ahead of time or like how does that all come together?
Yeah. So, so Cassie has a background in media, and so she has been really, really great with getting us connected with the best in the industry. So we have a really great PR team that has been getting us like all of our media releases.
Yeah, we're working with local
cool.
too. Like we're doing a ribbon cutting on Thursday, the day before. So we'll have the local news media. I think Cassie's doing local news like next week, commercials and the whole. Yeah, it's a
There's
lot of
going to
fun.
be ticket giveaways on Big 106.
Ah,
Mm.
nice.
Yeah.
The country station, right?
Yeah.
Ah, that's on market. That's on market.
Yep.
Well, I'm excited.
So
I don't know about
listen.
you.
Told you.
I'm excited to go our first rodeo.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's gonna be
can't
fun. We'll
wait.
bring the kids.
I'll have a ton more questions
It's
after.
a once in a lifetime. Heck yeah. We'll do
We're
a
gonna have to
follow-up.
do a follow up and be like,
Let me tell
did you
ya.
see that guy?
When you come this year, you'll never again be able to say like you'll be like I went to the first Desert Rodeo. You know, like think about like what
True.
does it mean? Like, did you go to the first of the music
I went to
festivals?
the first
Like,
Coachella.
this is
I went to the
yeah,
first Coachella.
yeah.
I
So
was
you're
up
gonna go to
front.
the first Desert
I was in the
Rodeo.
mosh pit, the first one, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Rage Against the Machine. I was fighting with everybody in the mosh pit that first.
I was
year.
throwing
Like,
elbows.
yeah. I was in my 20s, so it was a little easier those days. But
Oh yeah.
so, yeah,
We
so-
could party
but
like
that's-
you.
But you're right. That's something. That's like a badge of honor if when the event blows up. You
Yep.
know, hey, I was at that first one.
Come get your T-shirts and hats. So like we're like having like
Vintage?
customized.
You have Desert Rodeo Virgin.
We have all these like
Shut
a bucking good time like
A
you know,
bucking good time.
yeah like yeah
That's
so
awesome.
we have all these like we have a cool company
We
coming
don't
out.
we don't sleep. We're just always texting each other ideas.
They're inappropriate
Oh my
sometimes.
God.
Yeah, like reverse cowgirl. Like this is
You
like,
should.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Little
it's all fun.
innuendos.
But
there,
no,
huh?
that's one of the events. You know,
That's-
That's
Oh my gosh.
Well, we're kind of getting up against time, so we always like to
Yep.
ask our entrepreneurs one question before we kind of wrap up. Since you guys are entrepreneurs, what advice would you guys give to people that maybe want to start a company or even go into event planning like you guys are kind of going into? What advice would you give somebody starting out that thinking that's something maybe they want to do?
I'll start and then you can.
yeah, please.
I would say.
It's like my brain's.
You know, I would say like, you know, during this journey for the Desert Rodeo, there's times where it's really scary, and you just have to you have to tell yourself like I believe in the vision, and you know we got to make the right decisions, and then push back like pull back when you have to pull back, but then also like keep moving forward.
Sometimes you gotta buckle down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super.
And sometimes you gotta lecture your husband.
Why? He wants to do going off the rails.
No, everything's good. All right. Advice, you know, small business is not, it's extremely rewarding. It's very difficult, but you won't know until you do it.
Yeah.
So you got one shot and just work your ass off and don't stop because there's always somebody else behind you. And as long as you do a better job and you're honest, I think being honest is probably one of the biggest things.
Oh yeah.
Just that's the biggest thing. People can smell bullshit.
Yeah.
And
No pun intended.
I don't know. It's witty. Yeah, no bullshit. So, yeah, I think just being honest and being fair goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for coming in. I'm real excited.
for
Yeah,
having us.
we are so
really
thrilled. This
excited.
all worked out, and I can't wait to
I'm
to
excited.
go. And I'm gonna tell all my friends about it,
Thank you.
and the two I have. But just go from there.
And the arena sign, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, put you down for
Yeah.
two. Put us down for two. So yeah, we're excited. We're gonna put the links in our bios and the episodes of the website, so you guys can go out there and buy tickets, because this is gonna be a must-see event, guys. So we appreciate you guys coming in.
Yeah.
And if you have found some value in today's conversation, the routine, like, subscribe, and follow. And we'll see you next time on CV Hustle.